How to Create a Glitch Monologues Season 27 Chapter 5. This is Season 27 of How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix Monologues Episode 5. In this episode, we will be talking about a principle I call directness, and contrasting it with convolution, in reference to our action in consensual and dissonant consensual realities. To start off, convolution is ultimately the product of inhibition. When one is utilizing the method of exegesis propounded by this podcast, one is ultimately tying together disparate experiences, forging commonalities between them. This is primarily possible through convoluted paths of the mind. Expression, on the other hand, is direct. Directness as a quality describes our action in dissonant consensualities. Every impulse is immediately expressed in that dissonant consensuality or non-consensual space. This means that history, being the involution of consensuality into non-consensuality, represents parsimony precisely because directness supplants convolution in our action and thought. Now, the witnessing of multiple levels of expression, multiplicity, entails a higher level of convolution. Meaning is expressed tangentially, the other level speaking directly according to some conjoined consensuality, or indirectly through some dissonant space. But, such convolution ultimately leads to the same place, there being consonant gestures are expressions that unify the multiple levels. Multiplicity is a different species than a dissonant consensuality. Such dissonant spaces comprising inhibited impulses expressed, are linear. Non-linearity is a property of expression of these self-same impulses, either through your non-consensuality or directly along your path. What this tells us is that history follows the path of parsimony, the path of directness, wherein our feelings are directly deposited in the moment, with the fulmination of their ends satisfied. On another point, some impulses are more linear than others. This arises out of the fact that they have higher cycles associated with their expression. A cycle such as the sleep cycle permits a great deal of convolution, precisely because it has such a long period. But shorter cycles produce linear paths, exerting more gravity. In other words, the faster the cycle, the more linear the expression, the more directness in the corresponding dissonant consensuality, the more convolution in its inhibition, the greater the potential for parsimony to cut through its memory, as the present becomes historical. It may simply be that the repression of impulses which causes their sublimation is undone by the directness of historical parsimony. That's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.